Hey everybody, David Henry here from LearnStageLighting.com. Welcome back to the 30 days to becoming a lighting ninja. 30 quick tips that you can use that we're debuting here in the month of June to make great lighting and make your lighting better. And right now, we're kind of in a sequence, we're kind of in a point of the month where I'm talking about playing your show back live and how I like to lay things out, how I like to program, and just some tips and tricks that you can use to make your live show really great. So, a couple quick things that I want to mention. The first is that if you haven't gone ahead and downloaded our free guide, 4 things you need to know before you buy any lighting gear, I want to put that in your hands, so grab that below this video. Now, timing. In lighting, timing is everything. And when I first started programming moving lights, I was on a Hog 2 or a Hog 3. When I got serious, I was on a Hog 3, okay? And back in those days, the way that I was taught and the way it kind of worked was that I would make a page of color changes, gobo changes, position changes, etc., where I'd have all my colors, I'd have all my gobos, I'd have all my positions, and I'd have them on buttons all at different fade times, so that if I wanted to bring in a cue slowly, say over 5 seconds, 10 seconds, I could do that. If I wanted to bring a cue in quickly, instant, 1 second, half second, 2 seconds, whatever, I could have all those different options. And so that I could be the most reactive to the music and playback a lighting show that really worked well with the music on stage, whether it was worship or a rock band or jazz, whatever it was. I always wanted to be the most reactive to the music. And in fact, that's what I'm always trying to do is set up my console in a way that the console isn't a distraction from me creating great lighting on the stage. All right? And so I quickly found, as I moved on and new consoles came out and learned other things, that doing it this way took a long time and wasn't all that effective, but there's better ways to do things. And so today I just want to talk about modifying your timing. There's a few ways to do this. Previously, a couple videos ago, I showed you how to work out of the programmer inside of a professional lighting console. In fact, I think that was, just looking at my notes here, that was probably 2019. That was probably video number 19. I'll check on that and have a link below. And, being able to go live and use a live time to fade in your programmer is one great way to control your timing. But there's other ways too. So no matter what console I'm in, if I'm using effects, I want to have a fader that controls the timing of that effect. Now, this is going to be different in every console, and you're going to want to consult your console's manual to figure out how to do this. For example, in M Series, I have a tutorial over on Learn Stage Lighting Labs on how to create that effects speed fader. It's quite simple, but there's a bit of a process to it because of the way that it handles effects. It's very versatile, so you kind of follow a step-by-step guide and then it clicks and probably makes sense to you. In a program like DMX's, you might just go ahead and grab the knob manually on the screen and be able to adjust that effect speed as you go. And in other consoles, there's lots of ways to do that, okay? So that's one thing I like to have a fader for, an effects speed. In fact, I like to even go ahead just to give you some more ideas, and I make 2 effects speed faders if my console can do it. The first is an effects speed that is on the movement. Any movement effects, any pan tilt effects, I have a separate fader for those. And then I have an effects speed for all other effects. Color effects, intensity effects, all other effects go on that one. And then what I'm able to do with these 2 speed faders is actually mix lots and lots of custom effects. So I can go in, I can go ahead and say, bring my pan tilt, I can slow it way down to maybe a quarter of the actual BPM of the song. And then I could make my other ones, my intensity, my color, very fast. I could switch the 2. I can put them the same. And as I do that, I'm able to get a lot of really cool different looks. The other thing I like to do is be able to, if my console allows, have a master control over the timing, the fade in of the cues. Now, I know there's ways to do this in MPC. It's called global fade time. Inside of Hog, I believe it's called cue list rate. You can hold pig and get it on the encoder wheel. I believe that's the way to do that. But I don't use Hogs a ton these days, so if I'm wrong, that's okay. But it's in the manual. On DMXs, there's a fade to next cue control for each preset that you have. And so my goal for you today is for timing, look at your console and, if you're going to learn Stage Lighting Labs, you can check out my guides in there to the various consoles and see if there's a way to get some live control of the timing between cues, between effects, etc. inside your console. And then try it out on the next thing you light. Start simple. Just a basic, maybe cue fade in speed and a basic control over the effects speed. And then as you play with it, start to get more complex. Because remember, I don't want you to get overwhelmed or to be overly in the console and overly, stuck deep in the console. But I want, as you learn this, I want it to free you up to make better lighting. So, thanks for watching today. Be sure, of course, to grab my free guide, the 4 things you need to know before you buy any lighting gear. I'm going to tell you tips that are going to save you time, frustration, and money, and I don't want you to miss it. So go ahead, check that out here on the screen as well as below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to show you how to create your first effects and how to think up effects in your mind. So you're not going to want to miss that. We'll check that out tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. Thanks.